Welcome to the party, pal. I am Commander Tom, and this is Stardew Valley Mastermind. I want to give you a brief few tips on how to run the local mine efficiently and effectively so you can get the resources you need. Tip 1. Drop a chest up here. You pick up so many things like weapons and boots. This is a great place to stow it because this is the place you actually need it. Let me show you my collection here. I've got an armory of weapons and boots, okay? And I just take the best one I have when I go down. Tip 2, cheese. Cheese is your friend. Cheese is a great early game food. I highly encourage it. 3, wear the stuff. The glow ring is really handy. Use the best armored boots that you have. Whatever you encounter, use it and just keep up in your game as you find it. A good sword and cheese on hand. Let's talk about going to the right levels to mine. That's what I mean by mastermind. There's obviously 3 main metals that you're looking for out of this mine, the first of which is copper. And copper are on richest floors 31 through 39. Let's talk a second about what I mean by richest. Yes, I'll fully acknowledge that those ores are scattered throughout all 120 levels of the mine, okay? But they are found in the best they are densest in the bottom 10 levels of each section, essentially. So, if we want to be efficient and have the most opportunities of the ores in a shortened time frame, because we don't want to spend our entire life in this mine, then we want to focus on those bottom 10 levels. So, the first step is going to be copper hunting, which is floors 31 through 39. Now, you're going to use the elevator to get down to the, obviously, floor 30, and then just work your way down. The 30s are a section that it behooves you to have your glow ring with you, because this is one of those dark sections. But if you'll just go in with, at this point, you'll have a pretty solid sword. You can find a fair collection of iron nodes like this. And collections of nodes like this is exactly what I mean by rich and dense. You want to spend your time focusing on things like this, and not just the 1 and 2 furs that you may have around. Obviously, you're going to want to... Ooh, prismatic shard. Thanks for doing that on tape. Awesome. But you go ahead and keep working your way through this. Eat the cheese as you need. Collect the copper as you like. And then you just mine like you normally would. If your finances allow it, I fully acknowledge that using explosives is an option, but not everyone likes to do that, and not everyone wants to put the money into that. But you game your own game, you play this the way you want to. And I'm going to kill this guy here. Alright. We're getting to the tail end here. So soon we're going to drop to the next level. Now you're going to continue this until your heart is content, and if you want to go through all 10 levels, more power to you. After you're done with all 10 levels, if you want to go up, back up again if you're focusing on a particular resource, please feel free. But eventually, you're going to need another mineral. So when it is time for you to actually move down to another mineral focus, remember to use the elevator. You can take them up and take them down. Then we're looking for iron, which of course will be floors 71 through 79. Now, while we're down here on the 70s, you're also going to start getting into better minerals, but then you'll also start getting into... Iron probably has some of the best nodes on the game. Best quality and highest density. These are also the levels that you're going to run into dust sprites. Now, I'll bet you the game doesn't give them to me while I'm recording, but those bouncy balls of blackness, make sure you farm those. Those are excellent sources of coal, and coal is something you're going to need to grind all this up anyway. And finally then, gold is actually most available then on floors 101 through 109. Gold I can't say as I've seen in super nodes like you saw with silver or copper, But if you just keep mining away at it, they drop usually like 4 at a time by the time you're mining them. So I've never had an issue actually getting the resources I need for, mostly I'm building beehives, I'll be upgrading tools shortly. There's definitely enough resources. You can tell my inventory is already full working through this. Now let me show you how to process this. In a previous video, I showed you how to set up the workshop. If you didn't catch that, let me give you a brief introduction. We have obviously chests set up for most of the major categories, and if you take a look here, I've got them fairly well sorted. This allows you to, when you're done with your mining options, very quickly drop them into an actual categorized designated slot. I've used up all my copper bars, so I just need to make room for that. And then we're looking at other materials that you just filter in on top of the pre-existing stacks. This makes it a lot easier for you to be able to find the stuff you need when you want to build it. Additionally, then, you just do categories of making homes for things. This is how you can actually stay organized to actually operate this stuff effectively then. I will leave a link into the specific video for the workshop, so if you want to know more about that, you certainly absolutely can. Let me go ahead and give you a screenshot of all of this together, so you can screenshot that, you can save this, you can do whatever you need for your reference in your game worlds at home. So I hope this helps. If this does help you out, or if it just made you smile, leave a like and subscribe. I drop videos like this each week. If you want to see more, that's what the playlists are for. I'm Commander Tom, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Right on cue.